Hey, what's going on, brothers? I have talked about pine pollen a few times in the group, and so I am making myself actually a batch. So what I was going to go do real quick is kind of show you how I pull it off. Real quickly, a pine pollen is a natural androgen, if I'm not mistaken, and basically testosterone is a natural androgen also. So basically it's literally the pollen that gets picked up, you know, off of trees and carried over to pollinate the flowers, right? It's the exact same thing. So they take this pine pollen powder, and I'll show it to you in just a second, and they kind of harvest it off of pine cones basically, and then you can take it because it's natural. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I make it real quick. I like it in a tincture. You can buy it in a little bottle like this. This is not one, but you can see what I'm saying. You can buy it in a little bottle like this. It costs maybe about 20 bucks from Superman Herbs. But I'm gonna show you how I make them also. This is cheaper and it lasts a lot longer. So basically what I do is I buy the same thing, right? This is pine pollen, okay? So I buy the powder form, okay? And you open it, you open it up basically, and I get some mason jars. You know how your grandmama used to have? It's a regular old mason jar. And then what I do is I'll show you the powder. Check this out. And it looks like this. It's in a little pouch. It's literally that yellow stuff off the pine cones. Okay, I take that and I just put it in the jar like this. See if you can see that. Right. I just fill the jar up. It'll take but a second. Now, I will tell you this is going to take probably about 2 weeks for this to be usable, okay? But basically, pine pollen will get your testosterone rocking, okay? Put some pine pollen in the morning and a good heavy workout. Yeah, you're gonna feel the boost. I promise you, feel the boost. It ain't no joke. So check it out. So I got this powder here, right? Now here's the deal. To make any tincture, you gotta have alcohol. And what the alcohol does, I just get some cheap vodka, anything that's 80% alcohol. Cheap vodka, this cost me like $6 or so. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to pull out the nutrients, so to speak, the chemicals from the powder. And so if you fill this up with alcohol, alcohol will separate. If that makes sense, it'll separate, taking the actual chemicals out of the powder, and then, like I said, it takes about 2 weeks. You're gonna see it. And then what I do is I take one of these and I just siphon it off the top, right? So I just siphon it off the top, like so, right? And then fill up a little bottle like this, and then I just take a couple drops of that, you know, every morning under my tongue. But anyway, so I do it like this, basically. So I got this. And I pour this, and you might need to stir it up just a little bit, okay? You get something to stir this up a little bit. Stir it up a little bit. Doesn't have a scent or smell or anything too much to it. And the only thing about doing it like this versus buying them that is not usable immediately, you gotta give it about a week or two. I like to give it a week. Or like I said, no, about 2 weeks to let it go ahead and separate. And you can see that. So you just mix it up. Looks a little kind of crazy, but you know, trust me, it'll be all good. Let me see here. And I stir it up real good, like it's kind of ooky looking, but it is what it is. Trust me, it doesn't. The sting from the alcohol, you know, might be a bit much for you, especially if you're not accustomed to that. But for the most part, you know, you should be good. And so what I'm doing is just pretty much stirring this up so all the powder gets in here. And then, right, like I said, it looks a little icky. Here, let me stir that up real quick. A little bit more. And then I'm just going to take this, just like, you know, like they used to do with the canning, right? Put the top back on it. And basically just close it up, okay? Now, shake it up a little bit. Make sure that I want that to, you know, to get all the way around. And And then basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this sit. As it sits, the sediment's gonna go to the bottom basically, and the alcohol is gonna rise to the top. And then with my little dropper, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the tops off of that. The top off of the top is the top portion of the alcohol portion, and you just take it, just about 10 or 15 drops every morning, and that'll get your testosterone rocking and rolling. Anyway, that's what I do. So we can chop it up, talk about it a little bit more, but I thought it'd be interesting to show you guys how I pull that off. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Peace.